Teams are ready. Let's get this going. Tomb of the Spider Pin here. Game number one, everybody. Game number one coming in for Div A West playoff. All right, here. So Minion Miners has selected first pick, so they get first ban. Let's see. Are we going to see a prioritization on? Now, from what I remember in this meta for Div A West, I do remember a lot of Uther bans, but as time has gone on, Lucio has been a good healer ban, but we do see a Johanna ban, which is a great ban pick overall because Johanna on maps like this and Infernal Shrines are pretty good. They're actually, in my opinion, they're, for me, first pick Prio, right? It's great wave clear. Your level 4 talent on Johanna gives you great wave clear because you can spam it over and over and over. So we do see the Uther ban as we were talking about within the meta. But like I said, with Infernal Shrine, right, it gives you great wave clear. So overall, Johanna is a walking fortress on maps that are small rotation maps. Now Infernal's a little bit bigger, but since we're on Tomb, small rotation, great wave clear. It's a really good tank to have on here. Now we do get a follow-up on a Mei ban, so it looks like we are getting a target on the tank player here. I honestly cannot remember correctly on Nature's Cure who is the tank player. I want to say it's the J Ruckus, but I am shooting in the dark here. So we're just going to get mass tank bans because I do consider Uther a potential tank. And we have Murderin picking up the Rexar first lock here. Now let's see what the counter retaliation pick is here. So they use their first pick Prio on the Rexar. You know, will we see a Leo counter? You know, you could also play Samuro if you can play Samuro really well to Rexar. Most likely, from how limited the tank pool is, you probably want to pick up a tank because tanks are being target banned right now. But we are going to get a Chromie with Enigma, and we do get a Leo. So Leo's pretty solid into Rexar. You definitely, it's not bad taking that up. But following up, we get a Lucio. And Lucio in the meta, honestly, in my opinion, Lucio is top 3 heals right now. Uther, Lucio, and Brightwing. I say those because those are the top 3 easier healers. But Whitemane is obviously there too. Or excuse me, Stukov should be up there too. But I consider Stukov and Whitemane more of a higher skill cap healer. I guess you can kind of consider Lucio, but I'll see a lot of players just picking it up, spamming it, and winning. He's just really good. But Senior Mac and Cheese picking up the Sylvanas here. Let's see what the last ban pick is going to be the side of Nature's Cure. So they do need a tank here, but they decide to get rid of Deathwing. I mean, they could do the Deathwing main tank, as I guess Minion Miners is the team that does that. And lastly, I mean, again, if you want to follow, but you can also ban out the healer, right? So Stukov is a great ban pick here because of Chromie. I'm trying to think of any others that I've seen potentially Nature's Cures play. I know Stukov is very popular, right? Super popular within Div A. That's why it's just coming to my mind. But we get another DPS taken out, Range Assassin, Greyming. So it looks like we're going to potentially chunky tank here. Don't want to give them bullet, or potentially because you're squishy. If you're going squishy comp, you don't want to go for the throat over to Greyming. So we get an Anduin. Potential Light Bomb here. Now, what are we thinking for a tank-wise? Because tanks have to be selected next. You can hold off on the other Range Assassin here. I would prioritize tank. We do get a Nubrak, so J Ruckus is the tank player here. Double stun combo with a lockdown potential from Anduin if you hit your Chastis, or if you hit your E. I don't believe it's called Chastis, so excuse me. But the thing with Lucio is the cleanse, right? How well can Wesker play the cleanse? If Wesker plays the cleanse well, overall the lockdown comp that Nature's Cure is playing slows and double stun from a noob with Anduin follow-up does not matter if you can completely mitigate it. So we are going to get an ETC from Himibo and a Sonya. I really like this comp because that means Rexar is going to be the range assassin here. You leave Sonya in, well, maybe. Sonya does lose to Leo. I do know that. I've seen it, so I've done it. But so does Misha. But nonetheless, Rexar in the 4-man is pretty good. A lot of lockdown with Misha. At level 13, you become a super good range assassin. And we get a Rainer follow-up for sustained damage, Q pushback. Overall, I like both drafts here. I see a good idea of what both teams are trying to pull off here. To an extent, obviously. because I obviously don't know each strats here, but when it comes to the terms of team fight and macro, I see it. It's pretty good. You have Sylvanas with great trait here, Sonya holding down bottom, and overall great team fight potential. That Lucio is really what makes or breaks the comp. Both healers actually, because both teams have plenty of lockdown, right? So if Anduin, who has I think is an 80-second cooldown on trait, it's an 80-second cleanse you have to wait for it. You have to play off of. However, Lucio has a 20-second cooldown cleanse, so it's a matter of cleanse here, because both teams have great lockdown potential here, which is not bad. If you play around the cleanse, you're going to do well. So let's see how Minion Miners and Nature's Cure pull it off here for game number 1. I'm super excited for this one. I want to see... I forgot Westcroft plays Lucio, and I obviously see it in his portrait. All right, everybody. Let's get right into the introductions of both teams. Starting over with Minion Miners, the blue team here. We have Sonya playing Marshall, Lucio being played by Westcross, Sylvanas being played by Senior Mac of Cheese, Rexar being played by Murder, and ETC played by Himibo. Now, introducing the red team, Nature's Cure, we have Anduin being played by Hyrospliffs, Chromie being played by Enigma, Rainer being played by Sailwater, Leoric being played by Noel Sanaka, and last but not least, Anubarak being played by the J Ruckus. Alright, now let's look at the talents here for a minute. So everything looks standard. This is the alternate pick. W build Sonya. We're going to go party block here. Vision. Okay, so everything looks standard overall. I'll pull this up every now and then, but here we go. Chromie catching the Misha in mid-stun onto Noel Sanaka, the Leoric player. Now Sonya dishing out some damage onto the Anduin here, but obviously just spooking out the Anduin here. And here comes a good wave clear over by the side of Nature's Cure with the Chromie bomb here. Leoric gets slide here and goes away. Ghosts away, plays by the Chromie's time trap here. See if he can bait one into the fog here. Rainer getting some nice little chip damage at the Rainer. And here we go. Here is how Tomb of the Spider Queen is being played. You're going to see rotations, top, mid, potential taking bruises at 1 minute. You know, the good old stuff here, right? Did we get a... Okay, no, we got veteran marksman for the Rainer here. Because they are a chunky team, he wants to go percent damage here. I guess fair enough, right? Sonya and the ETC. So I actually was wrong. Rexar is going to be in the 4-man, and you have Rexar is going to be in the solo lane. Sonya is going to be in the 4-man. Nonetheless, they both have great stalls. Sonya, to me, is like a melee assassin, in my opinion. Enigma catching the ETC, and here comes the combo effect. Lucio booping away the Anubarak here. But overall, nice slide onto the Leo, peeling away. Leo coming in for the double soak. But as you guys can see, Marshall staying top lane while his team catches mid. Now, with both camps now up, no one has taken it yet, and with rotations now being top to mid, is very important to see if you can get chip turn-ins, like as you saw Marshall did, right? When you have a turn-in like that, you want to turn in whenever you can, right? Instead of dumping all at once, like some teams decide to do, you can passively, over time, just chip away. And then you can deny, applying stress to the enemy team here. Now, Anubarak doing a nice focus on the Sonya. Sonya getting a lot of damage, and there you go, Marshall's dead. Now, but as we were saying, though, Marshall turned in. So, yes, he died, and that's a great advantage to the side of Nature's Cure. He still got the turn in and did not lose the 7 gems. He has it already turned in safely. So that's my point. There is no pressure here, besides the death is still unfortunate. But still, great lockdown on the side of Nature's Cure. Applying pressure, Chromie doing a very good job dishing out damage here. That is not what I wanted here. And to do this, here we go. Oh, no. There we go. Sorry, guys. So, Chromie over here with almost 7k damage, leading the pack here, with Rainer's right behind. And here we go. Nice target damage onto the Sonya. Sonya being caught out again. Sonya should fall. Sonya does fall. Sonya being caught out by the bottom turn-in point here. Misha being caught as well. Chromie getting some good damage onto the Misha here, applying pressure, and Leora chasing her down. And again, here comes Nature's Cure. Now passively turning as well. The J Ruckus applying some vision by stepping up aggressively. Nature's Cure playing very well, catching the Sonya out here. Chromie using her time trap in a nice choke point. in mid aggression, and Raynor sniffing out the ETC. And with those turn-ins, side of Nature's Cure is going to get the first turn-in of the game here. Now, the thing is, with the first turn-in, a lot of, you do see this in your SL matches, a lot of teams, especially in lower elo, they'll be like, oh, GG, they got the first turn-in. But in reality is, if you defend it well, you can accumulate 2 turn-ins, right? You turn in 1 on the side of your blue team, you can get it in. You do well, you prep for the second. So typically, the second team who turns in, more than likely will have 2 turn-ins back-to-back. But you have to defend it well and properly, right? Now, there is a caution in the mid-top side while they're clearing. ETC coming in, pushing away the J Ruckus here because he's applying pressure. And there is going to be a pause here. It looks like Leo has DC'd. Get a little bit of that crisp Sprite, you know, from Chili's. Ooh! That's pretty crisp, baby. But guys, overall, pretty good game here. As we can see, XP is in lead of the side of Nature's Cure, obviously with their turn-in. But there was nice and fast clear in mid. Leo was potentially applying pressure. Bot will go, but the thing is, with your first turn-in, it's pretty good just if you even get the fort walls, right? That's why you do see a lot of times, in a lot of your higher level games, due to also stalls, your first turn-in doesn't even happen until way later in the game. But again, it all matters if you can stall it or not. So, but here we go. Wall is taken down, so all the attention is up top. And now we're going to see free clear in mid. For Nature's Cure pushing it in. And look, there's a nice turn-in potential for the side of Minion Miners here. So if they get a good turn-in and they get a very good opportunity with their turn-in, they can get 2 turn-ins. Now, this is another good thing. Understanding that the enemy team, right, does not have another turn-in, you can take your bruisers, essentially without consequence, right? And on the side of Minion, on the side of Nature's Cure, it's a little late because now you're taking 2 people off the map. And once Minion Miners understands this is happening, they can turn in, right? They can apply pressure, but great stun by J Ruckus. Himibo coming in with a reactionary Q and gets stunned out of it. Senior Mac and Cheese poking away, but looks like Anduin should be able to stall the ETC here. But they do get some turning down bottom. Westraw does get a bit of a turn in. Himibo actually did get his turn in as well. Leo, gatekeeping bottom here. But can they stall long enough here, right? Bruiser Camp has been cleared in mid. So it gives Nature's Cure some alleviation for the time being until they clear up mid here, right? Rexar trying to get his gems turned in, and Himibo down bottom here. So something's not right for the Leo. Leo is turning in, also granting vision down bottom, but there is going to be a nice clear out in mid yet again from Sonya and Rexar here. Nice dump off by Leo, giving 19 out of 55 for their turn in. First is a 39 out of 50 with 49, about to be 50 gems. 52 gems in hold right now. But what's probably going to happen is you're going to play for your 10s here, and you're going to have to force a team fight potentially to get the advantage to get a turn in here. However, the pressure is definitely on the side of Minion Miners because they have a lot of gems, right? They really do have a lot of gems, but Rexar is sneaking up top. The entire rotation went down on Nature's Cure. They're going to catch Marshall. Marshall is trying to spin out of there, but Marshall dies. But in return, though, they do get the turn in. However, ETC is caught in Cocoon here. There's going to be a nice stun block onto him. JJ Ruckus coming in with a no E. ETC gets a slide away and stage dives away to top lane to safety. Interesting that the J Ruckus did not CC chain the ETC. I may have missed it, but Anubrak may have not had it on cooldown. But with 1 down, you are now going to have free clear in top. You have to apply pressure somewhere. So bottom lane is looking like a free wave. However, 3-man is trying to jump onto the Anubrak here. Anubrak taking a lot of pressure, a lot of damage here. They're going to get Mind Control. Mind Control is going to land, and it's going to be a nice stomp here. But Sonya does hit the leap here, but there's going to be a nice unstoppable by the J Ruckus here. But follow up by Leo. Leo's going to run away and be safe. And now we have top lane pushing in. And it's going to fall here due to the minion waves. The bottom is now going to do some pressure. Again, it's going to take some fort pressure here. No one fell except Sonya. But because of that fall, I'm not sure if they recovered Sonya's gems. I need to see 16, but here comes the rest of the team for the side of Nature's Cure. Nature's Cure locking out the ETC. ETC taking most of the damage here. And here comes a nice cocoon onto Sylvanas. Sylvanas might potentially be the next target. Sylvanas will be the next target here. Should fall. Anduin will do a nice setup here. Oh, misses it. Potentially can get away. Anubrak can see it and kills. This is huge. Now, again, as I was saying, guys, if Sylvanas did not die here, if ETC did not die here, they most likely had a secondary turn-in. But because of these deaths, you can now take Siege Camp. You have some time to go to the objective point and turn in. This is huge for the side of Nature's Cure, right? You're applying more map pressure, and you're getting XP by taking the camps. And you'll eventually get your... Oh, wait a minute. Sonya committing in, doesn't realize, but here comes a nice power slide into a stage dive onto Sailwater. Raider is getting super low. Rexar coming in for the top ropes. Misha annihilating them. Leo is trying to heal and get away here, but the target focus should be on someone else because Leo can E away. What a great bait by Sonya here. Sylvanas coming in, ready to join the action here, but stage dive, getting so much value. Doesn't matter. They now have a turn-in. This is a complete turnaround by Minion Miners. Ultimate debate. Great counter engage by, actually, I would say great, I guess to be fair, great counter engage, because the Sonya engaged, and then Leo and friends counter engaged, but then they got re-counter engaged. Oh, what a counter engage, right? But nice pressure over by Minion Miners. Nature's Cure did not see that one coming, and now we're going to get a lot of pressure in mid here, and this should be the first fort of the game going over to the side of Minion Miners. Playing really well. Misha getting locked down by the Anduin here. Pyro split. Stepping in Fog, stepping up here. But crazy stuff here. I really like that. The stage dive comp here. And with the amount of CC that they have, like I said, it ultimately comes down to how well the cleanse is this game, right? However, we do not get a cleanse for the side of Minion Miners. They get a sound barrier. Sound barrier potentially could be good because they are a blow-up comp, you know, if used correctly and timed correctly. Sound barrier gets a lot of value. So they do get 2 forts here. They are pressuring bottom because of the fact that there is a Web Weaver down here. We will see some keep wall pressure here, so potentially the first key cannon should fall here, wind up, and yeah, that should fall here. So good damage on the bottom keep here. Ideally, you would like to get top here, but you know, you take what you can get, right? Pressure around the map is great. So now you get XP from this cannon here, and now we have Nature's Cure potentially looking for the pre-16 fight. They are fighting Rexar here. Westgraw getting cocooned here, and Rexar being the target here. Sage Dive should be coming up shortly, maybe. No, he does slide in, but they do kill Rexar here, and they're trying to get the gems here. He does fall, but they do get the gems here. So there is a turn-in potential for side Nature's Cure. Sonya not looking to stall here. Right idea, but if you're on the side of Minion Miners, you need to start taking your camp, and on the side of Nature's Cure, you need to start taking your camp as well. You might as well, because you want as much pressure as much as you can. You want to catch up in XP as much as you can. And by taking these off the map in rotation, in cycle, this is good to have. And when you're down a man, getting something to do instead of right-clicking around the map, which you see a lot of people do, make your time useful. Take safe camps if you can, so Bruiser Camp was safe. So good stuff. Again, this game is pretty wild here, right? Both teams are swinging at each other left and right. You hit me with left hook, I hit you with the right hook. ETC getting target focused here, but misses. And Imbrak getting targeted, get absolutely obliterated here, but gets pulled away by the free cleanse, by the trait, by Anduin. But again, that's an 80-second cooldown. And so that's a lot. But here comes Leo coming in with a nice entomb, and Himibo coming in with a stage out, trying to peel away the Leo. Leo taking a lot of damage here because they're at the fort. But here comes Sonya. Sonya from the top ropes coming in, diving on Leo here, focusing on Leo. He's now pinging Leo. He wants Leo down, but Leo is sealing off Sonya. Sonya getting chained by the Anduin here. But here comes the damage. The more you fight, the more you lose, right? So you now lose bottom. So it's now a trade-off here. This is massive, right? But on the side of Minion Miners, you've held off. Chromie potentially being stunned, but Leo coming in to peel away. It's like, you stun me, I stun you, right? It's kind of like how I'm seeing this. But here we go. Both teams have enough for another turn-in. At this point, this is where the tide of the game changes. Unless the other team gives a free turn-in, which they're not, because each team is 16. However, on the side of Nature's Cure, their cooldowns are going to be up sooner than Minion Miners. So let's see if they get it. Anubrak taking a little bit of poke damage by the Misha here. Westgraw trying to get it. Excuse me, this sprite's coming back at me. Westcall trying to get a sneaky turn, a cheeky turn in, but can't do it. Anubrak is gonna pressure, but they are looking at the focus onto Anubrak here. Potentially looking at a different target, though, as Rexar. Because Rexar was trying to potentially set that up with how aggressive Misha was here, right? They are going the top lane, creating pressure, pushing that back. And there is, I would say, about a level lead into the side of Minion Miners here. But now that the pressure is pushed off, Minion Miners are able to turn in freely, right? They gave up their positioning for the side of Nature's Cure. Leo coming in to stall the rest. But see, this is what I'm talking about. Turn in when you can, right? Marshall trying to turn in. Everyone trying to turn in here. They're going to get it. Oh, they got it. Yep, they got it. Minion Miners got the next turn in here. It's going to apply pressure. Misha, a tank. So here we go. We most likely will see pressure on the top lane. It's the last fort, but this is boss lane, right? Or you will see a pressure. You will see pressure actually mid, because top is already shoved in. So top is going to fall already. So you actually don't even need to focus out top here. Mid can get you all the way to the Web Weaver, all the way to the keep wall here. So this is really good. Now, best scenario here, Minion Miners get some picks here, but neutral-wise, you get the keep wall. You get top fort for free. There's a nice stun by Misha, but it's through the wall. You can't do anything. But here comes the two, and Nubrak is tapping to engage it. And Nubrak gets absolutely stunned out and gets hit by the web figures. Noah Sunoka is getting hit. Two of them will fall. No, only one just falls. And Nubrak gets absolutely littered by the Lucio, because Leo is going to be stealing kills. Lucio on a rampage here, coming in, and here it goes. This is now going to be a keep here. Himibo kind of low here. But as you guys saw, the Leo set up a great engage, but Anubrak gets mind controlled by the Sylvanas here and gets absolutely punished with the amount of CC all in one place. Didn't even get a chance to tunnel in and Q stun with a double stun. So potentially a misplay. Didn't even get a chance. But here it goes. Senior Mac and Cheese wanting to take top, keep pressure here. This is it. This is what I'm talking about. This is the point where you will take a lot of pressure if you lose a team fight at this wave. Now, ending wise, it's you're pushing here. It's potential, because you do have some minion wave here, but yeah, for sure you can definitely get some keep damage. But prove me wrong here. Marshall getting focused out. Jay Ruck is looking for a potential gank here, but here comes the team fighting onto heroes. Like, they do get Anduin here. Leo might be the next target here, but here comes the star follow up on Senior Mac and Cheese, Rainer, and the Anubrak stunning him, but Marshall getting super low. Anubrak getting the final hit onto the Song here, leaping in, but the core is dropping 20% coming in. Leo is trying to peel off, and here comes the Katas. Here comes Lucio. They should take this. And game number one goes over to the side of Minion Miners. GG's indeed. I will say, majority of that game was really good, but the side of Nature's Cure fell apart in the end, getting picked off where it mattered the most here, right? You cannot get picked off when you have your keeps being shoved in. You have to hold off and play passively. I'm not sure if it was cooldown on a Nubrak whenever the Leo and 2 went up, but they, side of Minion Miners, they took the engage, they took the Sonya leap, they took the mind control, you know, they CC'd, chained the Anubrak, and annihilated the Anubrak. Really good lockdown by Minion Miners here. I do think that if Anubrak was able to CC chain the Entomb target, I truly believe that that fight would have been slightly different. I think there would have been a better defense over. So looking at damage-wise, Enigma, top damage here by a long shot. Man, great stuff by the Chromie. You could definitely feel the Chromie damage. And Sonya here with 31k damage. Leading it for the side of Minion Miners. Guys, what a great game, right? It was very back and forth at first until the end. Until a bit of the misplays ended up affecting, right, Nature's Cure. It was very close until the very end, and that's how Team of Spider Queen works. It is a snowball map, right? You lose one hero, you potentially lose a fort. Now you lose your tank, right? That's different, especially at level 16 with web weavers coming in. It's too much. But overall, GG's. Now I am excited to see what what is the next map we are going to get? I'm hoping that we get a Infernal Shrines map or Dragonshire. Those two, watching and casting, is so much fun because there's a lot going on in the map, right? For example, Dragonshire it could be a macro heavy game, and you see so many strats coming out. It's so much fun watching, and we do get Dragonshire. Yes, sir. All right, let me change that up. Minion Miners winning this. Update there. We are being taken to Dragonshire by Minion Miners here. Let me find it. Selected by the blue team. Perfect. All right. We are here. We are in the draft. Everyone is here ready to go, it looks like. For all the people joining in, welcome, welcome. Game number 1 went over to the side of Minion Miners. The game was close till the very end. We are now in the stretch. We either get a 2-0 victory here, domination, or we get a third game, as every caster wants to have. But let's see if it's a dominating victory for the side of Minion Miners. But I'd love to see Nature's Cure pull it out, take us to game number 3. Dragonshire is definitely a map that requires a lot of team coordination, a lot of timing and patience for sure. And definitely soak mid. If you don't soak mid, but you don't take advantage of the person soaking mid, that could be the make or break of your game. It's those little things, right? But again, guys, the ones joining in, thank you so much for coming and checking out the Div A West playoffs. We do have another one tomorrow. We are casting the first semifinals. I believe this is semifinals. And we'll be casting the next set for tomorrow. So, really, really happy I was able to do this. Even though I'm from the East Coast, Div A West is really fun to watch. Alright, Minion Miners are ready. Okay. Alright, everybody is ready here. Make sure I put that on the charger here, and we are going. Alright, everybody, game number 2 here. Dragonshire selected over by Minion Miners, the winner of the last game. Tomb of the Spider Queen here. Now, let's see how each team drafts on here. So we do get first pick, obviously, for the side of Nature's Cure here. I am curious, what are you going to prioritize here, right? With bans-wise, do you get rid of the Rexar? Do you know there is a Rexar player over there in the off lane, right? Rexar is really good on here, so is Deathwing. Or do we get rid of the Uther again, right? Uther is pretty strong in the meta. Lucio, in a sense, with Sound Barrier, I don't think was the problem that game. It was more or less the stun lock. Lucio was keeping everyone alive, obviously, doing his job. But nonetheless, the ultimate stun lock was really rough. So we do get the Uther ban. Now, we could see Enigma take TLV again and be spicy. Oh, they banned the TLV. As I was saying it. They knew they don't want to deal with the TLV by Enigma here. I don't blame them. TLV on Dragonshire is super annoying. So, secondary ban here. Are you looking at tank or are you looking at your assassin? I mean, I guess you could ban out the Lucio because of the cleanse potential, but then you're leaving up a lot of tank options. You're also leaving up a lot of great assassins here. So we do get a Garrosh ban. I am curious. Are we looking at a Diablo here? Okay, Rexar is banned out by Minion Miners, but are we going to be potentially looking at one of the teams picking up Diablo because of the team fight potential it has on point? But you don't want to take it first, right? If you're in favor of it, if you're on the side of Minion Miners, you're looking at Diablo. Take Diablo and Tychus to deny the Tychus and allow great damage follow-up to the Tychus. But I am curious. Do we see a prioritization of tank? And we do. We get a Mei pick here. I think Mei's a very safe pick here. Great choke holder here. Mei is like another version of Johanna in my eyes. Joe is Mei is one of those heroes that any team comp, so strong, so valuable. But we get a Lucio pickup here, and we get a Sonya prioritization here by Marshall yet again. Now, do we get a Leo pickup again? Leo does do very well against Sonya in the off lane, especially in 1v1s, if played correctly. I've come to learn this. It's very strong. I am curious how or what Nature's Cure is focusing off here. So we are going to get a Sylvanas, and we're going to get a Hogger instead. I keep forgetting Hogger's a character now. Now that, like, I'm not really scared of it in SL. It's just kind of, like, there now, you know? So third ban's coming up for the side of Minion Miners. They do need a healer. Brightwing might be a good healer to ban here, right? Or Stukov, right, on points. But I think Brightwing is pretty strong here because you can absolutely counter the offlaner with Brightwing here if played correctly. But no, we get a Greymane ban yet again by Minion Miners here. And Nature's Cure looking at potentially a tank here. I don't know. I think Diablo is super strong right now to the side of Minion Miners. They have a Lucio with a or you know, we don't have the assassins yet, but I don't know. Diablo's still pretty nuts on this map, especially if you didn't take the Tychus or any percent damage yet. So we'll see if it is going to be a tank ban here. Maybe an assassin? Oh, it's Gazlo. They don't want to deal with Gazlo. They're thinking that Marshall could potentially be in the 4-man. Which I don't think is wrong, right? Because if you guys remember, back in the, well, I don't think back in the day, but like a few patches ago, Imperius was super scary in the 4-man, right? But we get a Falstad prioritization and a Lunara here. Totally forgot Falstad was even still a thing too. Wow, where is my mind going right now? Great global hold in middle, right? So you need someone on the side of Nature's Cure to have a good character that can macro a lot. You're gonna need that mid pressure. You really are. If you neglect the mid, which you will see Falstad do. Now, this is where Brightwing can fill that slot for the side of Nature's Cure as a healer. We get a Cassie, and we get a Stukov here. Stukov's still a great healer, great lockdown potential by Stukov here. But let's see what Himibo chooses. Himibo might be looking at that ETC, because I have seen him play a lot of ETC. I mean, honestly, in this comp, I don't know. Diablo into this comp wouldn't make much sense, because you have two backliners. I mean, unless you send Falstad top, which that could be done too. And absolutely abuse the Hogger here. But we get a Deathwing. We get a Deathwing. We have two globals on the map here. There really isn't any percent damage. I mean, I guess Sylvanas could go the percent damage. See what Enigma's build is. But guys, you know, what do you guys think? I think a Brightwing, I'm going to just say it. I think a Brightwing would absolutely crush this game. It does super well into, if the side of Nature's Cure took Brightwing, it absolutely can help sustain the lanes in middle and lets Brightwing decide where she wants to go. Do I need to counter engage top? Do I need to come down bottom when they're being crashed on? You know, just overall, a global presence is, I think, just super important on this map because the offlaner is in consistent danger now. Falstad can go wherever he wants. Now, at this point, without any without rotation on the other team, that's going to take time. It probably takes about 15 seconds. But we shall see how Nature's Cure plays this against Minion Miners draft here. Really? Souls percent damage? Wow. We learn something every day here. That's nutty. All right, everyone, let's introduce the teams yet again here. Minion Miners starting off on the blue team here, being Sonya being played by Marshall here, Lucio being played by Westgraw, Lunara being played by Senior Mac and Cheese, Falstad being played by Murderin, and Deathwing being played by Himibo. Now, to the side of Nature's Cure, the red team here, Shugot being played by Hyroslips here, Hogger being played by Noel Sanaka, Mei being played by the J Ruckus, Sailwater playing Cassia, and last but not least, Enigma playing on Sylvanas here. And as we see, Enigma is going to go the percent build here. Chunky front line. So, as we can see here, team is sort of posturing in mid, looking to clear out shortly. Sonya looking to push up top. Lunara looking to get some vision in the middle rotation area. And here comes Hogger catching the top wave that Sonya has started here. Nosanaka pushing in Sonya, but Sonya coming in, a lot of pressure, and Sonya might be the first one to fire. Enigma coming in, doing a lot of damage here, but not enough. Super close. Great start, great gank potential, making Sonya have the tap early here, but it's in rotation, right? You want to take a tap around 50 seconds anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But here comes Deathwing, poking away at the lanes here, but here comes the camps. Camps are now up. Do we see a start? Here comes Westgraw, immediately starting the camp here. Lunara just putting Wisp down at bottom bruisers. Oh, missed it. Needs to put it somewhere else. Going back mid. Probably was told in comms here. Oh, that's true. I see what you're saying. Of course it doesn't work against Deathwing because he can't be CC'd. Good eye, Jordo. Typically, I don't even play Sylph, so you learn something every day here. Here comes Minion Miners looking super aggressive here. Hyros was not even showing himself, but here comes Sylvanas and Mei looking to be aggressive onto the Lunara here, but Lunara is going to be caught into the Blizzard here, and Lucio. Great boot, but wasn't enough. Lunara was completely caught up, and now you can take your camp without any engaged by the other team here. Lunara got kind of bullied, not gonna lie here. Enigma almost got charred to pieces here. Hemibo clearing the way here, but taking a lot of damage, but so is Enigma. Enigma is taking so much damage here, but Stukov trait, and they're doing so much damage over the Deathwing. Deathwing potentially may fall, but doesn't. Super low, is gonna have to tap, might even look to fly in the air. Yep, is gonna fly up in the air. Lunara rotating back down, and here comes Falstad. Falstad is just chilling in mid. You know, you got to be careful if you're the Hogger here, right? You need to make sure you have vision of that Falstad. You don't need to be too greedy here, because this is the reason right here. This is it. The minute you commit, you're dead. And that's exactly what we were referring to. Offlane's going to have a hard time because of that. And that is why I'm not hating on the Stukov. Stukov pick was still pretty solid down here. But that's why a Brightwing could come into play too, right? Because Sonya gets countered by Brightwing. J-Rock is taking some damage by the conflagration, or by the Dragon Breath over by Deathwing. I don't remember the ability talent's name, so I keep calling it conflagration. That's why I do that. But you're going to see some stall out by Sail here. Looking to do some stalling here, but immediately Hogger starting the Bruiser camp. Great idea, having Sylvanas top, just at least showing presence there. You don't need to commit too much. Stukov kind of trapped in, needs to get out, gets stunned out. Westgraw is going to push him back in, and Lucio potentially will. Well, Lucio will 100%. Or Lucio will get this pick here. Oh, Lucio didn't steal the pick from Lunara. Unlucky. Lucio's not the assassin. Unfortunate. But Stukov does fall here, which is kind of important, right? Was caught out. It was stuck in the objective area. Deathwing not letting Stukov through, but Sylvanas looking to stall here. But now, on the side of Nature's Cure, potentially looking for... Oh, Enigma using his teleport away will potentially... he 100% falls here, right? Using his only form of escape here. Oh, got the Lucio and counter retaliation. Great kill over by Enigma. At least for a counter trade. We take those, right? I mean, unfortunately, you did die because you used your teleport. But at least you got a trade. We take those. Good stuff, Enigma. Good stuff. Turning a bad situation into a neutral. But now we're going to have a neutral fault again. Murdering, trying to catch and mitigate the damage onto the fort wall up top. Bottom camps will be coming up shortly for the siege. Camps now up for the side of Minion Miner. In May, taking a little bit of damage, trying to clear out Lunara's Wisp here. But on the side of Minion Miners, they are getting... potentially the objective. Never mind, they are pushed off. Hogger playing aggressive again. Here comes Murderin floating up top here. Murderin has to make a decision, but Murderin is going to commit to the offlane here, and I think offlane falls again. Too high, way too high up. You have no vision of the Falstad, and here comes a wild gank. That's really going to hurt the side of Nature's Cure. have to pay attention to the fall stat here. That is they're exploiting the offlaner, and that's what you do with this comp, right? You look at any weaknesses on any team and you take it. Enigma, potentially going to be dove on Lucio, coming in, getting some poke damage. Sonya didn't commit to the Q, potentially had it on cooldown, but Minion Miners will let the healer get into the Dragon Knight. Potentially you wanted Lunara and leave the healer out, but nonetheless, Westraw taking it mid, taking a lot of damage here, gets a nice Q. Dragon's Breath on the mid fort here. Here comes bottom. This is where you want the pressure to be at, because I've always said on Dragonshire, bottom should be your prioritization, right? Because you have 3 camps that you can take in potential of providing pressure down bottom. Most games you see games ending down bottom. So we have the well down, we have some chip damage on the fort. If nonetheless a pre-10-minute Dragon Knight, this is good, right? You will most likely get at least half of the fort damage here, or fort here, but you may even get more here. May coming in, potentially looking for an engage here, but they are retreating here, but you got a lot of damage on the fort here. Overall, super worth. Great use of the Dragon Knight here. You did get also some value by pressuring the mid wall here, so you got mid wall down, and Sonya did get some top soak here. Now, Minion Miners going down bottom, using the advantages that they have and seeing the vision in mid. They're going to start taking bottom bruisers, and they're looking to respond to Sonya, looking for a potential gank, but they don't realize Marshall left is going to help Lunara take the bruiser camp. Now, they have to respond to this bottom bruiser, right? Because they don't want to give the port for free. Granted, it's more than likely going to fall, but as long as you can stall this, you can stall the Katas every 3rd wave. And here comes Deathwing, landing back down, Himibo. Pyroflix using his range to get some damage onto Deathwing. Deathwing stepping out, taking a little bit of chip damage, but it's alright, he's a Deathwing. Fighting inside of the camp here, but doesn't get value, clearly. Just a little bit of chip damage onto the fort, but again, that will fall over time. And Enigma, putting some pressure on Lunara, causing Westraw to start healing immediately here. Let's look at top here for a minute. Bruiser's providing a lot of damage, getting one of the towers here, potentially going to get another tower by Marshall. Hogger looking to stun out the Sonya from doing a lot of damage from W, but here comes some pressure down bottom here. Deathwing posturing to do some poke damage here, stuns the Mei here. Mei trying to come in retaliation, but does nothing really with the Blizzard here. And here comes Murdering, soaking mid. Again, guys, it's really coming down to the Global here, right? Global's getting so much pressure, but oh boy, here comes an invade by the side of Minion Miners because they have a talent advantage. Noel Sonaka will essentially fall again or get the camp taken, but here comes it nicely by Sonya. But here comes Enigma going in with Wailing Arrow, but a nice gust for a disengage. Hieroglyphs pushing away Minion Miners away, but still a nice steal on the side of Minion Miners. Now they're going to take the well for free, allowing Marshall to have more of an advantage in the off lane, right? Bottom fort falls, as we were talking about, over time by Himibo, applying pressure, and they get chip damage on the fort, and they also get a fast cap in mid. May potentially be able to stall, but might end up also killing herself, right? They are going to run down J Ruckus here, but I don't think it's enough. I think Lunara's still going to get it, and they're going to lose May in retaliation. May stepping up a little bit too aggressively, just kind of needed to concede that, and here we go. They are wanting to take this top. Honestly, I think you probably could have just taken that mid. Let Sonya push top alone. Right? Because now no one's going to be taking any pressure here. Sonya would have already been here and taking this. Again, this is just my thoughts here. But we will get a guaranteed fort up top. And now we're going to see a rotation down mid. Back where we started. And here comes Deathwing clearing up mid. Prepping the wave here. Deathwing, or the Dragon Knight, taking a lot of damage from Enigma here. For the percent damage. And here we go. Here we go down fort. You get top and mid fort here for free. But, you know, hypothetically, let's just say from a hypothetical stance, if you take out mid, you allow Sonya to take out top, and you get some poke damage on the bottom keep wall with Q. Again, hypothetical scenario, just something for you guys to think about. Let me know what you guys think. All right, Higher Splits, poking out or pushing away the Minion Miners from pushing anymore, but they are now going to get a little bit of chip damage. But here comes Himi, but Himi would take a lot of damage, but nice Wailing Arrow by the Sylvanas here, doing a lot of damage over to Deathwing. Out of all targets that blow up, it was Deathwing that blows up. Great stuff here. Now they're looking for a nice camp invade. This is a pre-16, and Minion Miner just needs to back here. Now, Gust has been used, and they are going to take it immediately, and here we go. We have now Siege pressure with the Siege Camp. Lunar will clear this, but still, this is a great This is a great breath of air for the side of Nature's Cure. Now, what matters is what you do with this in the next 18 seconds. I say 18 because at the point when I said this, it was 10 seconds, and you have 8 seconds for Deathwing to get in the air here, right? So you have 18 seconds overall to figure out what you're going to do with this. You're going to take camps. The objective will probably be coming up in the next 40 to 45 seconds here. But 16 is now being taken. You can also stall each lane, right? But Sonya catching the Cassie here, Deathwing sniping the kill here. The J Ruckus in an interesting situation here. Gets a nice ice wall, but Sylvanas potentially putting herself out, but gets a nice welling arrow, but doesn't get any damage. And in retaliation, Hogger now dies. That was unfortunate to the side of Nature's Cure. So now we're going to see pressure by Minion Miners onto Nature's Cure structures here. We're going to get a nice keep wall, potentially going down here. Deathwing doing a lot of chunk damage, and Flagration coming out here, going into the full Q build here. And we are going to see some of the towers go down, and Himibo, again, poking down, and he's going to get the entire keep wall. Right, I'm going to say, please commit to that. There we go. So now, both teams have spawned, but again, you have your 60-ton advantage, and you have Siege Camp coming in. Or not coming in, sorry, I thought I saw that. But Bruiser Camp is potentially going to be contested here, as it should be. Himibo putting that down in fog to make sure that he gets some form of vision here. Lunar coming in. Where's Wisp at? Okay, Wisp is in mid, getting a nice vision on rotation onto the Falstad so he doesn't get ganked from below. But here we go. Nature's Cure, what is your plan here? What are you targeting here? Are you going to be looking at mid, the fight that forces 16v16? Are you going to look at potentially ganking Sonya? Right? What are you going to exploit here? Bruisers have been taken, so you have to make a decision shortly, or you start taking a lot of damage on bottom, because here comes Murdering, right? Murder in the fall set, but they do miss. Oh, that's unfortunate. Sonya coming in, and here comes Hyrospliss in the back line. Gus has not been used yet, potentially going to be used here, and here comes Sound Barrier, breaking it down. Noel Sanaka taking a lot of damage, and Stukov was in the back line, an awkward positioning. 3 do fall. This is looking like game here. On the side of Minion Miners to end this here. It's going to be a 5-man team fight for the side of Minion Miners, and here comes a free objective with Bruisers down bottom here. They're like, forget the objective, baby. Okay, here comes Sonya going to it. Potentially frightening here, because this is going to be free keep damage in regards of the Dragon Knight here. Minion Miners coming in, swinging real hard this game, taking super control, painting the map blue. Right, keep will fall prior to Dragon Knight, guys. This is looking like a 2-0 domination, and they played it well. You know, Minion Miners played super well this game here. And here we go. Gust has been used on 2 of them. Stukov and the Hogger. Hogger and Stukov fall. Send him back to the next of the spawn kill. Murder potentially falling here, but doesn't fall. And it's now a 3-man team wipe, and it is GG for the side of Minion Miners. 2-0 domination.